Imagine that every time you have a thought or encounter a situation, you're instantly labeling it as good or bad, right or wrong. Now, think about how that judgment builds walls and limits, placing everything in rigid categories. What if I told you that these judgments might actually be keeping your deepest desires and manifestations at arm's length? Today, we're diving into a game-changing concept: non-judgment, the art of observing without labeling. This shift is not just powerful, it's essential, especially when it comes to manifestation. Think of it as removing a massive weight that's keeping your dreams just out of reach, just beyond the horizon. So how exactly does judgment keep you stuck? And why is non-judgment the key to manifesting more effortlessly? It's simple but profound. Judging yourself, your surroundings, or others creates resistance, and that resistance blocks the flow of energy needed to attract what you truly want. In this video, we'll explore why judgment holds you back and how practicing non-judgment can unlock the door to the life you're manifesting. Stay with us, because by the end, you'll have clear steps to let go of judgment and bring your dreams closer than ever before. Judgment is something we all do, often without even realizing it. We judge ourselves, others, and almost every experience we encounter. But here's the catch. Every time you judge, you're adding weight and limits that can hold you back from manifesting your desires. Let's break down why that happens and see how judgment can be such a powerful obstacle. When you judge, you're reinforcing specific beliefs, many of which come from past experiences or fears. These beliefs often create a mental framework that defines what you think is possible or impossible for yourself. For example, if you judge a financial opportunity as too risky or someone's success as undeserved, you're essentially closing the door on the possibility of similar success entering your life. It's like telling the universe, "This isn't for me," and the universe responds by aligning with that thought. Judgment also strengthens resistance. Think of it as a wall that you build between yourself and what you're trying to attract. When you judge, you're not allowing things to flow naturally. Instead, you're creating resistance in your mind and energy field. And as anyone familiar with manifestation knows, resistance is the enemy of attraction. The more you resist, the more you distance yourself from what you want. Take a moment to think about how judgment shows up in your life. Perhaps you have moments where you're critical of yourself, doubting your own abilities, or maybe you often compare your life to others, feeling either superior or inferior. Each of these judgments forms a type of energy block that stops what you desire from coming closer to you. It's like putting up an invisible barrier that your manifestations struggle to penetrate. This resistance, in turn, creates stress and doubt, both of which undermine the energy needed for effective manifestation. Instead of being in a state of trust and openness, you're in a state of hesitation and doubt. Imagine how powerful it would be if you could just observe situations without labeling them, allowing possibilities to unfold without preconceptions. The mental freedom that comes from non-judgment can be incredibly liberating. So, to bring your manifestations closer, you need to loosen the grip of judgment and embrace a state of openness. Remember, non-judgment doesn't mean you accept every situation as perfect. It simply means you view it without automatically attaching a label or bias. It's a powerful way to invite positive change into your life. Up next, we'll dive into why non-judgment is so powerful for manifesting and how it can help you align with your goals with far less effort. When we talk about non-judgment, we're talking about a mindset shift that's incredibly freeing. Practicing non-judgment means observing experiences, people, and thoughts without immediately categorizing them as good or bad. It's a neutral, accepting state, and for manifestation, this can be transformative. Letting go of labels, judgments, and assumptions allows you to see life with a fresh perspective, one that's open to endless possibilities. So why is non-judgment so powerful? Because when you release judgment, you're allowing things to flow as they are, without resistance. This state of openness aligns you with the energy of abundance, making it easier for the universe to deliver what you desire. When you aren't blocking possibilities with labels and limitations, you're more receptive to the signs, people, and opportunities that align with your goals. Think of it this way. When you judge something, you're placing it in a box. You're defining it, limiting it, and setting up conditions for how you think it should unfold. But when you allow things to be, without judgment, you open the door for infinite possibilities to come into your life. It's like giving the universe a green light to surprise you in beautiful ways you might not expect. Imagine that you're trying to manifest a new job. If you constantly judge opportunities by how perfect they seem or compare them to past experiences, you might overlook or resist a position that could actually lead to your ultimate goal. Non-judgment keeps you open to unexpected paths, letting the universe work its magic in ways you might not have anticipated. Instead of boxing yourself into rigid outcomes, you allow your desires to take shape naturally. Another key benefit of non-judgment is the freedom from negative self-talk and self-criticism. When you release judgment on yourself, you're no longer bogged down by thoughts like "I'm not good enough" or "I don't deserve this." Instead, you're in a mindset that says, "I'm open to growth and learning," which is the essence of manifesting success. When you believe you're worthy without conditions, you project an energy of confidence and readiness that's magnetic. Non-judgment doesn't just remove obstacles, it actively attracts your desires by keeping you aligned with positivity and trust. It's a state where you're no longer struggling against yourself or your circumstances. And when you're at ease, everything aligns more naturally. Next, we'll get into the practical techniques for practicing non-judgment, so you can experience this shift firsthand and bring your manifestations closer than ever. Now that we understand the power of non-judgment, let's look at some practical steps to make it part of your daily life. These techniques will help you break free from judgmental habits, allowing you to align more closely with the energy needed for manifestation. Step 1. Develop awareness of judgmental thoughts. The first step to non-judgment is awareness. Start by noticing each time a judgmental thought crosses your mind. Whether it's about yourself, someone else, or an event, simply acknowledge it without trying to change it. Think of each judgment as a cloud passing by. You observe it, but you don't engage. This detachment can be powerful because awareness alone weakens judgment's hold. Step 2. Reframe judgments with compassion. Once aware of judgmental thoughts, reframe them with compassion. If you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good at this," replace it with, "I'm learning and growing." This simple reframe shifts your energy from criticism to acceptance, keeping you open to new possibilities. Step 3. Daily mindfulness practice. Mindfulness is one of the best tools for cultivating non-judgment. Spend a few minutes each day sitting quietly, focusing on your breath and observing your thoughts as they come and go. The goal isn't to stop thinking, but to observe without attachment. This practice will help you stay centered and less reactive, responding with calmness instead of judgment. Step 4. Practice self-compassion. Often, our harshest judgments are directed at ourselves. To counter this, practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that everyone has flaws and makes mistakes. When you catch yourself being self-critical, imagine how you'd respond to a friend in the same situation. This perspective shift helps release self-judgment, fostering a forgiving outlook. Step 5. Use gratitude to shift perspective. Gratitude is another powerful way to counter judgment. When you find yourself judging a situation, shift focus to something positive about it. For example, if you're frustrated by a setback, recognize what you've learned from it. This gratitude practice helps move from lack to a mindset of abundance, essential for manifestation. Step 6. Visualization. Exercise for letting go of judgment. Finally, try a visualization exercise. Close your eyes and picture each judgment as a heavy stone. Visualize yourself setting each stone down, feeling lighter with each release. Imagine standing free from judgment, open to receive all the universe has to offer. This exercise creates a powerful mental shift, especially with regular practice. By incorporating these steps, non-judgment becomes easier and your manifestation practice more powerful. Letting go of judgment lets you live in a state of flow, where the universe can deliver what's meant for you without barriers. In the final part of this video, we'll wrap up with a quick recap and how you can start applying non-judgment today. To wrap up, practicing non-judgment is more than just a mental exercise. It's a way of aligning with the energy of what you want to attract. By letting go of rigid labels and assumptions, you're allowing your life to flow more freely and openly, bringing your manifestations closer without resistance. Now it's your turn. Try incorporating these steps into your daily routine and observe the changes in your mindset and energy. Remember, small shifts in non-judgment can lead to big changes in manifestation. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more content on mindset and manifestation. Let's keep moving closer to your dreams together.